All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about, again, stuff having to do with my channel, and maybe just a little bit of music here at the beginning, but talking about these things, of course, in real time for real people out there like you and me. All right, here's the music end of things. This is a great album. Check it out. Eagle Flight, Revolution Saints. I ordered a copy. No, they didn't send it to me for free, but it's fantastic. I mean, Dean Castronovo, from start to finish, this is a juggernaut for melodic rock fans, and you get the amazing vocals of Dean Castronovo, who's currently out on tour with Journey. Of course, he's the drummer in Journey. He's also the drummer in Rev Saints, but he sings lead vocals for the entire album. So I want to thank everybody yesterday for the huge outpouring of support. I was watching a major creator, a guy from the Daily Wire yesterday. His name is Matt. You may know him. And he's going through some stuff. We had Tucker Carlson yesterday get fired. So yesterday had a weird vibe to it for me. And my thing is just the revenue. It just completely got turned off. I want to thank folks for increasing their Patreon pledges and those coming on board. I had a few people that decided to start because they've been watching for a long time. And again, I'm just asking if 1/10 of my subscribers gave $1 a month, I'd have the freedom to just migrate. And in case people don't know, I'm not supposed to really promote the fact that this channel is also at another location. I can't mention it by name, but it's a word and it rhymes with stumble, okay? So just in case you're wondering, a lot of people are saying, you should do X, Y, and Z. Now, with all of the suggestions, all right, and again, we'll visit the comments thing again. The comments aren't going back on, people, all right? I'm sorry. They're just not. That was a rough point for me and my family, to a point where I had the county sheriff at my house examining the computer, okay? Now, people say, okay, well, you have a thin skin and you should have these controls in place. I cannot monitor things 24 hours a day. And, I can hold comments for review, but that is an absolutely painstaking endeavor because I'm pretty sure I would get like dozens and dozens of comments, if not more. And it's great that some people might agree, but then there's the, fairly sizable portion of people who are vicious and crude. And, I've told this story a couple of times about my wife and that situation, and I don't want to bring her into this, but probably one of the cruelest insults I've heard in my entire life. And if you want to ask me about it, you're on Patreon, I will share it with you. But I had never heard anything that disgusting. It was almost worse than a death threat. It felt so dark and so creatively mean. I said at the time, wow, that's creative. That is really thinking on your feet, being that evil and destructive. So again, the comments will stay off. And by the way, like Neil Sean, the reason I mentioned Neil Sean is like, he's battling Twitter trolls that are saying all these negative things, and people take screenshots and, in case they delete, because you can delete things you say and this and that. And it just becomes this horrible, disgusting sewer drain, and I've got to deal with the sewer drain. I'm just trying to come up with content every day, whether it's music related or not. Now, as the or not part goes, I have another channel. It's called The Radical Independent. And I'm not really a radical, but I am radically independent from the establishment. All right. Although I definitely lean more conservative than anything else, libertarian, conservative. But I'm thinking really the only way to go these days is conservative. Because even though there's a lot of neoconservative stuff going on that I do not like warmongers, and that's my biggest problem with conservatives is many of them think that every war is justifiable. Not all of them, though. There's a growing number of people who are deciding to push back on that a little bit. But as far as the culture war goes, yeah, libertarians don't care about the culture war. Democrats don't care about the culture war. And I do. I do, because I'm seeing things that are insane. Okay. I'm seeing things that the only way they make sense is there's a dark and evil presence. I'll say it like that. And so I care about those things. But if I express those things here, it seems as though the powers that be throttle back, turn off, reduce. However, there are a number of ways that they can do this. So pretty much going forward, other than a little sarcasm here or there, which I just can't help myself with, I'm not going to go down a tangent. For instance, talking about Roger Waters and his stance on such and such a thing, and how maybe I agree in principle, even though maybe I disagree with the way he does it. I'm thinking that people have a right to free speech, but again, people can say it's a private company, bro. You know, I hear this all the time. They're a private company. They set the terms and conditions. You're basically like a contractor. They, you know, allow you to earn a living, right? They put ads on your videos. They don't have to do that. They're doing that. So you have to look at it as like, okay, I'm working for a benevolent dictator. That's what it is. It's a benevolent dictator. And, but anyway, the other channel, until it, you know, gets banned, I'll put all that stuff over there. You know, if you want to watch me over there, I think there's a link to it on here. You can watch. And, you know, I don't put out as much content over there, but I do have a big interview coming up over there with somebody who's really knowledgeable when it comes to the war in Ukraine. And I think it's valuable for people to get different perspectives, even if they disagree with them. I think that's what it's all about. Now, addressing some of the other ideas that people gave me, selling merchandise. I had t-shirts at the very beginning. I hated it because then I became the distributor. Now I know there's another way to do it. You get a third party, they get involved in it, they create everything, they do everything. I don't know, folks. I just want to do videos. Call me lazy. You'd be surprised how time consuming this is. And I don't even do editing. I don't do any of the fancy stuff. It's low production. But to put content out every day and to have it interesting to people. Did a video about Arnell yesterday from Journey. People didn't seem to really care about it that much, especially after the video I'd done earlier. But I watch these things and I go, huh, so they don't care about that. Here's what they care about, you know? And you see the videos, the Joe Elliott video for some reason struck a nerve, and that was so random. That was just so random. I don't understand why, but it got caught up in the vortex, and you know, 9,000 views for me is a lot apparently these days. And I watch channels with similar content. They've got 40,000 on a video with fewer subscribers. And I'm like, something's not right. Something's just not right. So anyway, it could be someday that this channel only exists somewhere else. It could be. I hate to think that, because I spent, 7 years building what this is now, very slowly, but very steadily. And I did it my way. I did it with no comments. Initially, there were comments, but I turned them off. Okay. And I've been much happier as a human being since that point. So if you want me to go back to that, I'm going to be miserable. Okay. And you could say, well, you've got thin skin and you should just deal with it. Everybody else has comments. No, not everybody else has them. A lot of people do. But I didn't lose subscribers when I turned them off. And I didn't lose revenue when I turned them off at all. In fact, just the opposite, because I was in a better mood. I was creating better, and I wasn't worrying about who was going to say nasty crap about me. All right. And it's beyond just critical of my take on music or my take on politics. It's takes on me personally. And so hence, who wants that? Neil Sean doesn't want it, right? There are a number of people over on Twitter that don't want it every day, and they get it because there are keyboard warriors, or whatever you want to call it, even if it's just, artificial intelligence that's being deployed by really smart people who can program it to just drive you up a tree. It's working. It's obviously working, and it's only going to get worse. Now, again, if I could be guaranteed that people were going to be friendly and nice, and if they're going to be critical, it would be constructive and gentle and not like over the top and ridiculous, then, I might try it again, but I have no appetite. All right. Because that's one of the things I get constantly. I used to subscribe, but you turned the comments off, so I unsubscribe. Okay. So you watch the videos just so you can comment on them. I watch a ton of videos. Mostly I watch them on my big screen. I don't watch them on a computer. So I have no way to leave comments while I'm watching it on TV. So I don't know what people are doing. Like, it's got to be interactive, or it's not. I mean, when you watch a network television show, maybe there's a live stream somewhere where there's a chat room open. That's really enjoyable, right? I mean, I just want to kick back and watch whatever the person is doing or saying. I don't want to sit there and go, like, I got to comment on everything that they're doing. Got to add my 2 cents to what you're saying. I mean, the point of watching someone else is to get what they're saying. It's not about you. I hate to say it. It's about me. I'm doing this channel. It's about me, and it's about the music, or it's about whatever the topic is, but it's not about you. I mean, if you want it to be about you, like I used to say, please start a channel, and then it can be about you. It'll be your take on this. It'll be your opinion. And I think that's what I used to say to people: if you don't like what I'm doing, start your own channel. Very simple. YouTube, you can start your own channel. There are other places you could start your own channel, and go from there. So anyway, folks, I'm beginning to ramble a bit. I do overall, and I didn't mean to be kind of like, I don't know what the word is, just kind of mean there and say, hey, I've heard the ideas before. I've explored some things. If somebody wanted to like sponsor me, and be, like a paid advertiser where I give you a plug or a shout out at the beginning. Yeah, I might do that. I might. And it depends on the situation, and I'd have to, get more details about that. I don't know if anybody wants to do that, but it would just be like, hey, Bob's Plumbing. Thank you, Bob, for being a part of this growing channel and so forth. And if it's quick and to the point, and I don't know. It depends, because then you get into that and it becomes just this never ending. I'm supposed to get ad revenue from the ads that play. So not only are you going to have to sit through ads that they put on the videos, but then you got me blabbing about, I start to zone out because I'll watch television shows on certain platforms, and it's like they run the same ad 3 times in a row, and I'm just like, all right, I'm done, and I'll just turn it off after a while. I'm like, I don't even want to watch this anymore. So in any event, I do appreciate the people that sit around, watch the ad, watch the video, say, this helps Dave. I'm not, if you're not, especially if you're not giving $1 a month or $2 a month, which I understand the economy is not good right now, and that might be contributing to this problem as well. It's funny because I did make a lot more money when some other guy was in the Oval Office, but again, I digress. And again, I'm not his biggest fan or anything, but it's like A versus B. A was better than B, at least for me, so I choose A. Even though A has problems, A was better than B. All right. And the whole system has a problem. And until we correct that system, we're going to have these choices, these binary choices, and you do what you want politically speaking, but there's something more at work here. There's something darker and more sinister going on in this country. And anyway, this is where this is where the algorithm doesn't like me when I start doing this. So in any event, before I go, one more time for Rev Saints. Yeah, it's my pointing finger had an issue yesterday. I had a great day yesterday. Revolution Saints, Eagle Flight. It's really great. It's fantastic. And you should check it out. Dean Castronovo. Jeff Pilson now in Revolution Saints. Really good. Along with Joel Hoekstra. So great music. And again, thanks for watching. I'll be back with some music content eventually, people. So stay tuned for that.